Front Street in Lahaina, western coast of Maui.
It's breaking news across the state tonight, but on Maui, it appears a fire crisis is unfolding as we speak.
The horror on Front Street.
Just to see the places that we built, made so many memories, go up in flames has been pretty heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh, look at the harbor.
Tiare is Lahaina born and raised. This is what's left of the place she called home.
Our family's been living our worst nightmare, you know. My sister and my brother lost their home. We lost our family home that housed, 5 generations of Kanaka in Lahaina. So it's a really sad time. Lahaina is such a tight-knit, strong community.
She counts it as miraculous that her brother, her uncles, got away with their lives, when so many didn't. But in the hours and days after, they were left fending for themselves.
Those who have survived the fires and are attempting to restore a sense of stability and security in their lives are doing these fantastic jobs of community organizing alongside other organizations and grassroots efforts.
Kahala Johnson was part of the support that arrived.
Been able to supply them with medical first aid kits, working with other nurse practitioners, doctors, and other traditional Hawaiian healers to be able to get everyone the full broad spectrum of care that's needed at this time.
Freaking power line just went down.
It was a perfect storm. A down power line sparked a small brush fire. The fire department had it contained, but then gale force winds swept the island, setting it alight. Road closures, known water shortages, little or no comms, according to locals.
Oh no, guys! No, we have to leave!
And it rapidly descended into utter chaos.
This moved quickly, there was no warning, there was no preparation, no one was ready for it.
Lahaina, there was a big sugar plantation that occupied most of West Maui, but in pineapple and sugar. A lot of those lands are now in the hands of development and real estate interests. And they have been waiting for those lands to get rezoned to develop gentleman real estate. They're just dry brush. They have created a situation for these massive fires to occur.
We are on the cusp of great change. We have the opportunity together to carry out a shift toward a sustainable future.
Tiare is a high-profile community leader and has already raised $4 million US for families affected.
People affected are posted with their Venmo accounts, and people can scan and donate directly to them.
She's a kaitiaki, a guardian committed to traditional land use and ownership. The fires, she argues, are the price of climate change.
Climate change is definitely affecting Hawaii, right? We're seeing it especially among our island nations where our seas are rising, but we are experiencing longer summers, longer drought periods, and then during the winters, we're having bigger storms.
But she is also calling out historical land and water rights issues that has plagued Lahaina and wants accountability.
This historical context of water theft and poor planning and the ongoing exploitation for mass development by corporations at this time of grieving, ola I ka malu ulu olele. Lahaina is abundant and will return to her glory.
This is how Lahaina used to look, prosperous, lush, and super popular with tourists. For Kanaka Maoli, it has huge cultural significance, from sacred sites that included ancient food baskets and a freshwater pond, Mokuhinia, and Moku'ula Island, the home to the Ali'i high chiefs of Pi'ilani in the 16th century. It was the first capital of the Kingdom of Hawaii, where King Kamehameha unified the islands pre-colonization. Front Street linked the past to the present. But tourism had become king, so much so, Kanaka Maoli were priced out of their own land and forced to depend on imported food.
When people think of Lahaina, they think tourism. But behind all the tourism is a very large, strong Native Hawaiian community. And we come from 7+ generations living in West Maui. There's so much history, so much mo'olelo that came from Lahaina. And, we just want to make sure that we protect the stories and the mo'olelo and the wahipana, the sacred spaces that I'm not going to say once existed, because they are still there. The aina is still there. And so we need to bring ea and life back into those lands.
And Uncle Tutiare, a respected elder and surf legend, Archie Kalipa's front yard serves as a distribution centre for food and supplies. He says there's another issue facing Kanaka Maoli.
In the next 4 or 5 days, we're going to begin tarping the roof.
I think one of the things that we as a community and as a state is going to be faced with is how do we begin to address the long-term recovery, rebuilding, keeping people here and not selling off what losses they had and moving. And we want to make sure that we're able to keep Lahaina, Lahaina, and Lahaina strong.
We need to get our people back home.
Archie is 9th generation, and just like for us, aina or whenua means everything here.
My heart is being pulled to land grabbing, and those are really, really hard issues, and those can be offending issues to some people. But there is a sense of spirituality that is connected to this land by Native Hawaiians.
We're gonna raise the money and we're gonna rebuild our town back, so please don't leave. We're gonna figure this out.
Tiari says that right now, real estate agents are swooping in on ohana whānau at their most vulnerable.
Our message right now is that Lahaina is not for sale, and that as a community, the multi-generational families, we will stay united and we will do whatever it takes to save our hometown from land speculators.
Locals have started a petition to stop predatory land grabs, and the governor says he's listening.
Lahaina belongs to its people, and we are committed to rebuilding and restoring it the way they want it.
Yet, not everyone is convinced.
Community leaders spoke of their disappointment, hearing that developers and government officials are already discussing a new town without them.
Na'ohana Olele calls on the governor to meet its 3 demands and to work with the community in the rebuild of Lahaina. The future of the community depends on it.
The human cost is beyond count. The dollar cost is in the billions, and President Joe Biden is due to visit, while Kanaka Maoli say they're in no mood to sell up or sell out.
We're gonna get through this. We have to remain together in unity and just really stay together. We're we're ohana, and that's how it's gonna be, and we're gonna continue to fight to protect Lahaina.
That story from Rina Kowhai. Now, Māori have had a long relationship with their Hawaiian whānau through shared whakapapa, revitalisation of culture, intermarriage and much more. If you want to, you could donate through Tiare on Instagram.